I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I will not be shaken. That's the theme of this little trek through Psalms, that we want to keep our eyes on the Lord as the craziness ramps up in the world around us, so that we'll be unshakable. And so we're kicking off with Psalm 1 today. And so thanks for joining us. May God richly bless you. And we'll go ahead and read Psalm 1, and then I'll just share a few quick thoughts. Blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever he does prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked will perish. So my neighbor started up a generator. I hope you can hear okay. So in these 6 verses of Psalm 1, it's a pretty strong contrast of 2 people. The blessed person, they're blessed because they take seriously God's thoughts and his ways and promises and his morality and plans for his world and his people and the universe and the whole big picture story. That person sees God's word as a treasure, as a map and an instruction manual, and as a love story and a love letter from God. So it's not just something to casually glance at, but to really seek to understand with the help of God's Spirit through Jesus. And then that person becomes like a tree planted by streams of water that just flourishes and is fruitful regardless of what's going on around. So they're unshakable. The other person has no regard for God or his word, but seeks the approval and the guidance of the world system around him, which is always caught up in sin in some way and godlessness. And so he's getting his marching orders from a very different source, and it takes him to a very different place. His life is described as being like chaff, which is just the useless straw that's left over when the grain is harvested, and it's just blown away. And so the last verse is very powerful. It says, "For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish." So God's watching over his people who love him and seek him in his word. He's watching over them, not to bonk them when they go wrong, but to guide them and bless them and coach them and encourage them and protect them, provide for them, and to bring them safely home to his kingdom and all that involves. Whereas the wicked, they perish. And so kind of a clear contrast. I hope this blessed you. I hope Psalm 2 will bless you, and we do that hopefully tomorrow. God bless.